Today I got Quentin Walker on TBT Thursdays. This is going to be a fun episode because I've known you
for a while.
Yeah, for a while. So throughout the years that I've seen your transition and your growth into this. And like now it's like you're kind of a mentor for me, believe
Don't
it or
do
not.
that. Don't do that. Don't get me blushing on her. Don't do that.
You're kind of like a mentor because I follow you. I'm like, okay, I can do this.
Don't do that.
I hadn't seen some of the content. I'm like, I saw you guys out at the radio station. I see you use a lot of the resources that I use with the public library.
Yep.
So I was like, I can do this. And then me, Nick, I'm like, I can really do this.
She great make me start blushing.
I'm so serious, y'all. I can do this. So yeah, it's like a good inspiration to see people in their growth because I think
my partner, shout out to my homie Fats. He tells me all the time, you never know who's watching, bro. And he tells me all the time, you inspiring people that you don't even know or realize you inspiring. And just a little bit off of what you said, I got other people who may inbox me or, start a podcast and say, hey, man, I did this because I seen you was doing yours and it made me get on my. So it really does mean a lot to me when people say that, but I'm just not used to it. It just makes me blush because I don't look at myself like an old mentor or nothing like that.
Oh, I get that. When people tell me how good I do things and the things I do, it's just so great. I'm like, yay, I'm so excited. But I don't believe in myself. Does that make sense?
No, because I'm the same way.
I don't believe in myself and what I'm doing. And I'm like, are you sure that's okay?
That's why I don't look at myself as no, I'm just doing this. Like,
we having fun with it.
That's it.
Nick always tells me when you work, there's a thing between a job and working. Mm-hmm. And you go to a job and it's something you have to do. But when you work, that is something you are passionate about.
Yeah, if you do something you love, you never have to work a day in your life.
And that's it. And I feel like that's what I'm doing here. It's like the truth is I'm doing something that I love.
I'm glad you're here doing it. I'm glad you're doing it.
You was here though. You were here 4 years ago when it got started. It was 4 years ago during COVID. 4 years.
Damn, I know it was that long ago.
Yeah, it was 4 years.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I'm rolling up on a year here soon.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, we've been rolling fucking hard the past year.
That first year is the hardest one because you have to continuously not only just do it, but come up with content as well. And, for people who get started, everybody says, well, I want to start a podcast. Well, that's cool. But it's like everybody has enough content for a month. And then after that, then what?
Right.
Then what do you do? Then what do you talk about? So the fact that you can go a year and keep doing it, congratulations to you.
Yeah, we got other business adventures here. Okay. We do like the Soul Bingo. The podcast is something that we've really wanted to do. And then I guess when Nick told me about it and how I told him I wanted to do a podcast, it's like, oh, he said, she said was in here before. And then you guys used to do it in the back. In the back. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, I know Quentin. I remember when Quentin said he was going to be radio personality. So for him to come here, and that was like probably after All Connect. Like
a little bit about a year after
All Connect. Yeah. And I was like, we had talked. I was like, I remember talking about him. I was like, we used to sit across from each other in our cubicles, and we talked about this.
Yeah.
So for him to be out here doing it, I'm like, that's what's up.
You gotta make me start blushing again.
I'm so serious though, because I remember me and you sitting here talking about it. I remember asking you like, what do you really want to do and everything. You was like, I'm too shy to do radio. And I was like, just do it. Like and I was like, dang, he actually just went out there and did it. I was like, that's so freaking dope. Like that was like inspiration though that anybody could do it.
That's it. All you gotta do is just jump out there.
Yeah, and put yourself out there.
Just jump out there.
It took me 3 years longer to put myself out there.
It don't matter when you jump out there, as long as you jump out there.
I agree. I definitely agree. So you jumped out there, and what was the first project you did? Was it He Said, She Said?
No, actually, the first project that I did was Beyond the Game, and actually, that was back in June 2017. Is when I first got started with that.
So yeah, that's right after we talked about you being radio personality.
So June 2017 is when I jumped out there, and actually, it kind of just fell in my lap, to be honest.
Really?
So I didn't have no inspirations of doing all of that. I was working actually right before All Connect. I was working at a car lot. And there was this guy there named Joe. Shout out to Joe. I call him Uncle Joe.
Okay.
And I was telling him how I wanted to do podcasting at first. And he was like a former rapper, so to speak. And he was like, yeah, I opened up for Biggie and Bone and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, if you're really serious, I'll help you out.
Right.
So I said, yeah. So he was getting me the equipment and showing me what to do. And at this time, Joe was he was doing gospel radio.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, hey, Q, can you come do a sports segment for my gospel radio show? He's like, man, because, Christians, we want to listen to sports too.
Right, yeah, of course.
And I was like, all right, cool. So I came down, I did a 15-minute spot for him. It was during the NBA Finals. I came down, and then the next day, he was like, Q, you ever thought about doing radio? And I was like, nah. He's like, you got a talent for this. And I was like, nah, man, I just did that because you asked me to do it. And so he's like, nah, I'm going to talk to the program director, see about getting you, your own show. So for a week straight, he was on me every day. Do you want to do it? And I kept telling him, nah, I don't want to do it. And then finally, I just broke down. I was like, yeah, man, set it up.
Let's do it.
And so he's like, all right. So he reached out to the program director at 93.9 FM, set up a meeting. I went the next day. I met with Mary. She asked me what did I want to do, whatever the case may be. I told her I want to do a sports show based in Lexington. I was like, we have UK stuff, but we don't have like a broad spectrum where we cover everything. And she's like, okay, well, we got one slot left. 11 o'clock from 11 to 11:30 in the morning. If you want it, it's yours. And it just so happens that Tuesdays were my days off. It just lined right in, and then boom, I started doing Tuesdays 11 to 11:30 on Beyond the Game with my dude Kyle Johnson, and I've just been doing it ever since.
And that means 2017. We're in 23. You've been doing it 5 years.
Yep.
We're coming up on your 5th year anniversary. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. And then that just branched out, and that's when I started doing He Said, She Said, and just started branching out doing other things.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so it just fell in my lap. I had no inspiration to do this. I took a leap of faith. Dude told me I was talented, and I just took it and ran with it. And here we are now.
I feel the same way with Nick. Like, Nick took it, and he's like, oh, yeah, you can do this. And this
just need somebody to believe in you.
Yeah, it took one person to believe in me. And it's like, oh, yeah, you want to do this? I got you. And like, he gave me the keys to go. I'm like,
yep.
What?
It just takes somebody to believe in. Find something in you that you didn't even know you had in yourself.
Because I didn't think I was ready to be in this position. I didn't think I was going to be the woman that
I am now. I did not either.
But yeah, it's been fun. So I get it. And like, you've done other things. Like you said, He Said, She Said. That was like one of my favorite segments.
I know, man. Shout out to Christina and Jarvis. There was a popular show in Lexington that we did. I attribute that show like a shooting comet, where it just came and lit up the sky for a minute, and then it was gone.
It really was. And I was like, I missed it. I was like, I wish we had something else like that, and like some kind of round table talk, like tonight's conversation in these parts, to like just go ahead and drop the tea, because y'all would be on everybody's little segment on live and stuff. Y'all would just
we was on TV with it. You know what? Hold on, before we do. Jarvis and Christina, if y'all want to get the show back together, let me know. So I'm just put that out there.
Here, if y'all need an extra co-host on the show,
just let me know if y'all want to put that back together. But yeah, I mean, that show was so dope because Lexington didn't have anything like that at that particular time, especially for somebody to look like us to be doing that at the same time.
Trust me, I was like, I want to be on the show. And then, it's dope.
And then Christina was like, let's go do Thursday Night Live. So we would go Thursday Night Live and play drunk riddle games and, play games with people. If they win, we buy them, a drink or whatever. And then I came to Jarvis and I was like, hey, man, this is right around when The Lion King, the movie, came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it'd be dope if we could, bring out a movie theater and give away tickets for free. And so what we did is we partnered with Don Franklin.
Okay.
They sponsored us, and we rented out an entire movie theater and gave away tickets to underprivileged families to go watch The Lion King for free.
Give back. I love that. We're all about give back.
So we was really rolling, and then, just life happened. We had to stop it for a little bit, but yeah, I love that show. Everybody loved that show. Everybody loved that show. We might bring it back. I don't know.
You never know. You might have a remix to it.
We might bring it back once everybody's life calms down a little bit. We might bring it back.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a good. Like, I feel like it was a good show. I feel like the only thing is I would like to hear more opinions from different people. Does that make sense?
That's what we was getting ready to. We was gearing towards that to start bringing more guests on and things of that nature, because the fact that people could call into the show is what really drew people into. Yes. Like, hey, we can call in and, say what we got to say too. So if we can work out that aspect of it, we might bring it back for 2024. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. See, that's me. I'm bringing in guests and stuff, so I get that. And it's like, it's different when you got guests coming onto your show and doing like the interviews and stuff like that. Because I couldn't just talk about anything to the camera for like an hour.
You ain't never did a solo show?
I recorded myself in the very beginning, and it's one of the first episodes that you can look in the prelude when we launch our podcast, and it talks about how I got started as an entrepreneur. But that's about it.
You gotta do. The solo shows are kind of difficult because it makes you feel weird and awkward because it's like you just talking to yourself like this. But it's like the more you do it, the more comfortable, and then you just start having fun with that joke because it's like, well, damn, I'm in here by myself anyways. I might as well just go and have fun with it.
And I am in here by myself. I'm in here like 10, 12 hours by myself. And I close this door and I don't want anybody to bother me.
That's it. Close the door.
I'll close this door.
Set your ambiance. Get you whatever you gotta get you in here. Get you a drink or something. That's what you need. A table right here. Get you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Nick tells me all the time. He's like, you gotta look professional because I think one video I shot and it was like just a reel, and I had like a whole bottle of champagne. He was like, if I zoomed in, I bet I would have saw one of your little pins or something.
Nah, you gotta get that because people want to watch something that they can relate to. Yes. You know, they want to sit back and have a drink with you too. So you know, gotta get your drink.
Oh yeah, you like to drink?
Yeah.
I like to drink a little bit too. I just got into it, but I like to drink. I like to sit.
Okay.
What's your favorite drink?
Crown Royal Peach.
Ooh,
Peach Crown Royal.
Okay. Yeah. I gotta have it on ice. That's gonna put some hair up on your chest.
I mean, you can drink it on ice, or you put it in the freezer, get that bad boy nice and cold. You still can't do it. Okay. But yeah, that's my drink of choice if I had to drink something.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. So during New Year, some girl was smart, and I took the drink from the girl because he bought the drink, and I took the drink. I was like, "Oh, this is mine." He bought it. This is because her mouth was just so smart, and I felt so gone. And it was like I think Hennessy and lemon, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna stick to like the little kitty drinks that I'll be drinking."
The little wine coolers and the champagne
I'm
stuff.
sticking with the umbrellas and stuff because I was like. Are the stairs moving? Trying to get inside.
Okay, try whenever you go out somewhere. Try amaretto sour.
I love amaretto sour. That's when I first started drinking.
See, that's what I'm saying. See,
love those.
Yeah, I was gonna say that probably.
Just right on the rocks. Yeah, love those.
That probably right.
Little cherry in it, so cute.
Do you?
Yeah, so cute. I'm more of a rum girl now. Like I like the islandy feel of it.
Nah, I'm hard liquor.
Hard liquor. Club Shay Shay. Have you tried his?
No, I haven't. I haven't tried it because it's priced out of my range. But yeah, I'm hard liquor. I'm right to the point. I'm trying to get either I'm trying to get a buzz or I'm trying to get drunk. I ain't got time to deal it. I'm too old for that. I ain't got time to play around no more.
I'm like, I want to try Club Shay Shay. I hope like goals. I told Nick when it comes back in stock, can we buy it? And then whoever comes on the show, we sip on it like during like the show and like talk about it.
The rumor is it's truth serum. Yeah, when people start drinking, they just start telling the truth when they drink it.
Okay, well, guess what? We in truth.
We in truth.
And I'm gonna need some Shay Shay.
Because every guest he comes on, once they start drinking, they just start telling their feelings and everything else. So.
But Cat was telling his feelings way before he started drinking.
Cat, they didn't even get to open up the interview. Yeah. He's like, "Hey, Cat, how you doing? Well, let me tell you about Steve Harvey." I'm like, he jumped right into it.
He did. Steve, Cedric,
Ricky Smiley. He jumped right into it. He didn't get a chance to get the bottle open.
I watched all 2 hours and 48 minutes of it.
How can you not?
Like you saw me in my phone walking around here like, shh.
How can you not? Yeah. That thing, last time I looked at it, it was at 34 million views.
You couldn't help it.
34. It did 15 million views in 2 days.
I believe it because I'm not big on viral things. Like I'm not the person that chases viral news, but that shit right there.
Yeah.
Like somebody said, that shit right there. I'm saying
you had to watch that.
You had to.
You had to.
You had to.
You had to because it was just so good. The content was good too. It wasn't like he was being messy, but the messy was good content. It wasn't just him being messy like some old, Real Housewives of Atlanta type shit. He was like, no, let me explain to you why they're lying. This is why they're lying. Blah 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 blah. I was like, okay.
Okay, Money Mike and everything. I was like,
ooh. He's like, no, I'm here to correct everything that they was talking about. So he was being messy, but he was telling his truth through the messiness.
And he said he was telling his truth, and I agree with that.
He's telling his truth.
He sang like a hummingbird, baby.
Yeah, he did.
Did he not sing?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I was like, I can't look at Steve the same. I can't look at none of them the same.
Hey, look, if it was a truth to be told, he told it.
He did.
If it was a truth to be told,
he told it. And I went back and I fact checked a lot of this stuff, and he wasn't lying.
That's what everybody's been. Everybody, if you get on social media, everybody's pulling up receipts from everything just to go behind. Like, damn.
Yeah, we got some stuff on the site too about hanging with Mr. Cooper and Meyer Curry and all that. I'm like,
yeah.
And we live in this day of social media, so
I got a question for you though.
Yeah.
Who do you think that interview benefited more, Shannon Sharp or Cat Williams?
Shannon Sharp.
You think so?
All day.
Because, it brought his platform up, but also it brings even more relevancy to Cat Williams and what he's doing because now more people, not to say they weren't already going to his shows, but now even more people are going to go to his shows now to see what the hell he's talking about. And maybe if he, piggybacks off of that. So I was like, who did it benefit more?
I don't think Cat cares about that very much because, like you said, he had 12 Netflix specials. Like, Cat does his own thing, and he don't care what nobody thinks.
That's true.
Like, he's always been that way. That's why I've always been a Cat Williams fan. He's going to say exactly how he feels, and I respect that. I think that benefited Shannon Sharp all day. Shay, he knew what he was doing. He lined that up just right.
How? He didn't even get his questions out.
I'm talking about with the guests and stuff. He had everybody on there, and everybody got to speak their truth. And then he pulled that last domino ripple effect. And then he did the first of the year. So you know that was going to light the internet up. Like, that's the first episode of the year. We're going to be talking about that too.
He said, because he does another show with Ched Ocho Johnson. And he said that after the interview, his team was like, hey, this is going to break the internet. And he said he didn't think it was he said he didn't really think it was like that. He said he was like, y'all think so? And they was like, yeah, this is going to break. So he wasn't even that confident in the show when they first released it.
I think it's because us as creators, we don't see it the way other people see it.
We don't. We always criticize. We are our own worst critic. Like, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have did that. I should have did this more. So you're right. I can see that.
Yeah, I could see him being that way because I'm like that. Everybody's like, oh, that's so good. I'm like, oh, or you could have fixed that, or my mouth could have been closed, or you know what I'm saying?
Your own worst critic.
Yeah. So I definitely understand that. So I think I didn't even know who Club Shay Shay was. Like, when I say I'm not big into like following people and stuff like that, and just in the social media doing other stuff, I know I'm ready for Club Shay Shay. One night you come on, I know he comes on Fox, and I'll be like waiting for the next episode. Like, I'm ready to watch it.
Yeah,
like,
that's up, man. That's up right there.
And I went back and I watched previous episodes, and that's what we've been watching in the studio here lately.
Yeah.
We've been watching all the previous episodes because I want to know. Like, I be wanting to know.
He's turned into everybody's favorite uncle. So because of that, he's made me change my name. So when I do Beyond the Game, I call myself Nephew Q. Since he's everybody's favorite uncle, I'm everybody's favorite nephew. So that's why he made me change my name.
But you know what? You really are like nephew, though. Like, you
hey, nephew.
Age, you know what I'm saying? They call you nephew. They call me auntie. So I get nephew, it. We hit those certain ages. You get, oh, you somebody's auntie. Now I'm like, don't be calling me that. Nephew, like, I get it. So you the nephew. So he's the unk of podcasting.
Yeah, he's the unk of podcasting right now. He got it. I'm borderline OG range, but I'm gonna stick with nephew right now.
No, yeah, he's nephew. But we're gonna be on a national level one day. Yeah. I feel like Lexington can definitely be on a national level with our podcast.
It can. It's bubbling.
I believe it's bubbling.
It's bubbling.
I want it to bubble over. Like,
it's going to. It just takes one, but it's gonna
let
pop.
me be that one from your lips to God's ears.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Like, I'm telling you, let me be that one. Because I want to bring us all together in this community together to podcast and showcase local artists and us come together as one. I feel like that's what we lack as a community, is coming together as one.
That's been Lexington's problem since forever. Are you from Lexington?
No.
I didn't think so. Where you from?
I'm from Chicago.
From Chicago. So, and I know I'm probably going to piss people off with this, but I don't really care. In Lexington, there's a crabs in the barrel mentality, which is everybody wants you to do well, just not better than them.
You're not the only person that said that. Like, every person I have interviewed on this show has said those.
They want you to succeed, but they just don't want you to succeed better than them. And as soon as you start to get some level of success, whatever success looks like for you, here comes it ain't that good. That's Lexington for you. Lexington, let me rephrase that. Lexington, as far as Black people, our community, we don't uplift each other. We don't motivate each other. We don't encourage each other. We don't support each other for nothing, because the thing about Lexington is I don't want to do it, but I'm not going to support you doing it either.
Yes.
And I don't understand that mentality around here. And, some people are like, well, they ain't got to. And this is my thing. Support comes in many forms and fashions, right? And I tell people this all the time. You ain't even got to watch my shit. All you got to do is just hit a share button, because somebody else may be scrolling and see it and maybe want to watch my. So it ain't even got to be for you. It could be for somebody else. Yes. So all you got to do is it takes literally not even 5 seconds, 2 seconds to hit a share button.
I agree. I'm all about sharing people's content, like small businesses or something. If I see something, supporting our people, like food trucks and all that, like, I'm quick to text, because that's free. That's free advertisement. I come from a marketing background, and we worked in marketing, you know what I'm saying? So we know that's just something easy, free. You're already on the internet.
You already, like, I don't understand that logic about Lexington, as far as us and our community is concerned. And it's like another thing is with merchandise, right?
Mm-hmm.
People go out spend $200-300 on some J's. I'm gonna break it down to you like fraction. You spend $200-300 on the J's. I ain't bought a pair of J's no how long, so I don't know what the price is. But okay, let's say that there's a raffle. You don't get the J's, so that's an extra $200-300 you got in your pocket. If your homeboy got a business that he's serious about and passionate about, that $200-300 that you was gonna spend on them J's that you didn't get, won't you toss that to him?
Yes.
You ain't gotta necessarily buy his merchandise, but you know what I'm saying? Say, hey, look, bro, I'm gonna put this towards your business. Here's $200-300. And to be actually honest, that's $500 because when you get your J's, you gotta get your fit to go with it.
Yes.
So that's $300-400 that if you don't get those J's, you got that extra money sitting in your pocket. Toss that to your partner that's got a serious business, not somebody that's just bullshitting. But if you got a partner that's really passionate, toss that money to him.
Yeah, or collab, or do something like invest.
Invest.
I always say that, invest.
That's why it just be little things like that I be seeing around Lexington. I'm like, bro, Lexington be so much more, but everybody is just
it's very cliquey.
Has this mindset, and there can only be one type of mindset. Like, no, bro, like there can be more than just one podcast. There can be more than just. I'm all about collaborating.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? Because if anything, my homie Derek Stevenson told me this. He said, iron sharpens iron, homeboy.
Yes.
So if you come on my show and more people are gravitated towards you, that means I need to get back in the lab. I need to sharpen my shit up. So I'm like, okay, he's kicking my ass in this interview. If we doing sports debates and somebody's on there that's a guest and they kick him, I need to go back to the lab and get my shit together.
Right, you do your research and everything.
You feel me? I ain't gonna be like, oh man, he wasn't this, he wasn't that. No, I need to get my shit together.
Right.
Because he's kicking my ass right now. So
I agree. Like, it makes you want to be stronger.
It makes you want to be better.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, but we don't see things that way.
We don't.
We don't see.
And that's why I feel like this podcast brings it out, where we can you get everybody from every walk of life. So if you can see everybody in here from every industry, we can collab and we can make something great. Like, I feel like that's the one way to make business great, is not just doing one thing, but doing several things.
We are so afraid of somebody making it and not pulling somebody back. Mm-hmm. We are the only community that is worried about it. You go to every other ethnicity, they pull people back. Okay, all right, I'm here. Let me pull somebody with me. They're not afraid of, if you pull somebody up, that they're more successful than you. They're not afraid of that. But for whatever reason, we are.
I think it comes back to, childhood trauma, generational curses, and stuff like that.
That's true.
I feel like it comes back to our community. We don't talk about things that happened in the past. I think we're the only community that we don't talk about our past and our feelings and our traumas. So it's hard to get past that, because I know I had a hard time putting myself out there for a lot of those reasons, because I had issues from my past I had to deal with before I could step into this light.
Right.
So once I was able to deal with my issues and come full circle with it, yeah, of course I can collaborate, because things don't make me mad and angry like it used to. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that people did, it wouldn't intentionally make me angry, but deep down inside, because I had some inner things going on, it pissed me off. So I feel like a lot of it comes to, we're not handling a lot of our personal issues. And other communities, they handle their mental illness and mental stability a lot differently than we do. They're more open and aware.
We're told from a young age, as far as like the Black community, ain't nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
You be all right, or you crazy. It's like, no, I'm dealing with some shit here.
Yeah.
And you keep telling these kids to suppress it by telling them nothing's wrong with them, or they'll be okay. And it's like, no, whatever that child goes through, or whatever the case may be, it affects them as an adult, because they never got a chance to work through it as a child or a teenager. So when you become an adult, you still harboring all that shit and you don't know what to do with it.
100% agree with you, yeah. I don't know, I feel like I've had those issues in my parenting, because I had to change my parenting quickly because I saw my son taking on my issues. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you've had those issues, because you have 4 kids.
I try, you know what, my oldest is 14 and 12, Nala and Quentin, right? And so they're getting to the age of life. And for them to, I try to emphasize so much of using me as an example of what not to do. Mm-hmm. And especially my son Quentin, he's 12, so he soon is going to start learning how to be a man, and I got to teach him that. And one way to start teaching him how to be a man is to do everything I did good and nothing I did bad.
Yes. I think that's
Like, you take all of the good, whatever you see good in me, take that. I'm going to tell you everything I did bad so you can try to learn from my mistakes. You know, granted, they're going to fall on their ass regardless.
Yes, of
and
course.
They've got to.
Yes.
And sometimes as a parent, sometimes we got to understand and realize I need to step back and let them fall on their face, because this is how they're going to learn how to deal with adversity, trials, and tribulations, because I can't save them every time, because when they get out in this real world, they're not going to know how to handle anything.
Yes.
So sometimes you got to let them fall on their face so they can learn how to get back up. But then there's also ways that you can guide them and correct them as a male to another male to let them know, hey, look, this ain't how you want to live. And me and my son, we've had conversations about that. Like, son, you don't, this ain't how you want to live, son. You want to do, and I told my son this. I said, you know, try to, and I told my daughter this too as well, but more so my son, try to have a family with one person.
100%.
Like, if you can. I said, son, I know sometimes you grow up, you get married, you know, sometimes things don't work out, but at least try to have it with one person. You know, I said, because when you have multiple kids in multiple homes, it's hard.
It is.
Because I told my son and my daughter, you know, you're trying to be a dad here, dad here, dad here. And it can be overwhelming and stressful because you're trying to be a dad in so many different locations. And it's hard because you can't parent, because automatically we're going to bump heads, right? Because you have your own set of ways of raising and I have mine.
Yep. And
if we are together as a couple, we can work that out in the household.
Yes.
But when we're in two separate houses, it's no.
The family dynamic is broken.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, no, I want to raise him like this. Well, I want to raise him like this. So now we button heads on how to raise our son, where in the house we can work that out and figure out a way. So now we're doing two different ways of raising a child, which can also hurt the child too.
Do you think I have an issue with co-parenting too. Like, so I feel like if we could just come like mine. I wish, like, you know, I feel like always when you get stuck with the co-parent situation is not the best, it's because you can't come to like minds. Because me and you think a lot alike on that. Like, yeah, you need to be able to be like minds when you're raising your kids.
You do.
So if you had a co-parent, you know what I'm saying? It is. And like my son's adopted, so it's definitely like a jungle of the.
Somebody needs to be the bigger person.
Even when you're the bigger person, it doesn't work out. Like, I can keep my mouth shut and I can do everything right as a mom, and I know you're blowing smoke up my butt and I know you're lying to me, and I still keep my composure and I smile and I do, and you can ask me to do it again, you know what I'm saying, and I'll still do it even though I know your mentality and everything. I'm gonna say okay, because that's the best thing I can do for my son.
See, that last part, what'd you say?
The best thing I can do for my kid.
It's about your kid.
Yeah.
It's not about how you feel.
Right, and that's why, you know.
It's about the kid.
I get it. And I had an incident at Christmas time, and, you know, I was supposed to be somewhere, and that person was not there. Surprise, surprise. But you know what? I'll do it again. If you gave me that same call in 6 months and
Because
call
it's not about you.
I'll do it again in a heartbeat.
And that's the issue with the co-parenting, is that too many times parents, male or female, whichever one, whatever feelings you harbor around that person,
yes,
you indirectly or directly use the child.
Oh, 100%.
Because we have issues.
Right.
That ain't got nothing to do with the
that child. Right, I agree.
You cannot like me. I ain't got to like you.
Yeah.
But we got to figure something out, because we got to.
Yeah.
And also one thing, and people may feel different, you don't raise that child till it's 18. That's for life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. You still have to guide and direct that child when it's 20s, 30s. Mm-hmm. They still going to need your guidance from a male and a female perspective. Yes. So just because y'all can't get along, you got the rest of your life to try to figure it out to help this child out or this adult out now.
Right.
And you harboring feelings because she cheated on him or he cheated on her.
I just don't like you.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
for whatever reason.
And I go through that a lot, you know what I'm saying, as far as like bitter feelings. And I'll keep it 100. I've spoken about this to my therapist. And I've apologized to the mothers of my kids for my half of the role that I played and why the co-parenting situation is the way it is. Because at the end of the day, I don't have to like you, but I have to respect you as my mother, the child of my mother, the mother of my child.
Right.
And also, my child needs to see me respecting you.
Yes.
And not to say that like I'm cussing the mother out or, none of that stuff, but the child needs to know, okay, my dad respects my mom.
And we cool. They cool at all times.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't argue, you know what I'm saying? They cool. Like, you don't see, I get that. I totally get that.
And, we ain't got to, go out to, have family, but we in the same environment. We need to at least not have that tension between us.
Yeah, being cordial.
And the child can pick up on that, one parent's over there, the other parent's over there, and ain't nobody speaking, Come on, man.
I feel awkward about inviting somebody to the birthday party. My son just had a birthday party, and he felt bad. Like, he felt so bad for inviting, his sisters because he didn't know how I was going to feel. I don't want him to ever feel like that, because at the end of the day, they're always, like, welcome. But, he feels the tension because the hostility that we have had, the fights and stuff that you go through. And it's like, I don't want to feel like that. Like, I want him to know, like, you can come and talk to me about stuff.
So, actually, since I apologized to them, our relationships have gotten better.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that we like, besties or nothing like that, but we're more cordial with each other now that I have, apologized to them. They can feel how they want to feel about me. But I needed to apologize because, for one, I needed to get rid of that anger and that hurt that I felt.
Okay.
And so, and also to apologize for my half. And I tried to do better as far as my half and co-parenting. Do I always do better? No, because, sometimes it's like, nah, I got to put my foot down. I ain't doing that shit.
Like, what's things that you don't want to be doing?
I can't say that.
Like, is it, because I saw a reel the other day on Facebook, and it was like, I'm a deadbeat baby daddy, because when my baby mama wants to go out, I'll make sure I ain't keeping them kids.
I don't do that. But as a dad, there's just, okay, so this is my view on it, right? I can't tell you how to be a mom no more than you can tell me how to be a dad. So you telling me how I should be doing A, B, and C, but yet if I was to tell you how to be a mom, how would you feel?
I feel like we can sit down at the table. Like, I'm that type of parent, and that's why I say co-parenting comes in different aspects.
Yeah.
Because if I came to you and if we had a child together, like, look, Quinn, I think our son should be doing X, Y, and Z. Can you work with him on that?
And see, that's fair.
And then if you came to me and it's like, hey, our daughter, she's going through this. I think you should handle the situation like this because I'm a man and fair. I've been that that predicament. That's the way I look at it.
And that's fair. But you shouldn't, not saying you, but you shouldn't be telling your child that, and this is for me, that your dad should be a better dad because he should be, I see other dads doing A, B, C, and D.
Downgrading you, no.
Like, for one, why are you having that conversation with my child?
Right, yeah.
And two, why are you planting those seeds of doubt and trying to manipulate my child into thinking I'm a bad dad just because I don't do what you see other dads doing?
What you want you to do, yeah.
And then so I also have this thing of, just because I don't meet your standards and expectations of a father doesn't mean I'm not a good father.
Right.
Because my job isn't to prove to you that I'm a good dad. It's to prove to them that I'm a good dad.
Right.
So just because I don't meet your standards and expectations don't mean I'm not a good dad. Because I don't place those on you. So why you placing them on me?
Yeah.
I don't expect you to be this, and this because I see this other mom doing this. Hey, I seen this other mom take their kids and do this. Why would I do that to my child?
Right.
And then my child is looking at their mom like, Mom,
why don't you do this and stuff for me and stuff like
bingo.
that? I get that.
Bingo.
Because kids only know what they see.
And if the child is with one parent majority of the time and they have that parent telling them stuff majority of the time, slowly but surely, they might start believing that stuff because they're around.
They will.
That's what
That's like inevitable. They will.
That's
why I don't believe talking bad around my child about anything, because not only especially when I feel like this, when the other parents not in the household as much, they're always going to feel some type of way.
Of course,
they're always going to wonder why. So it's not my job to downplay the other parent worse. They already see what they see with their own two eyes.
The child is going to realize it as they get older. They're going to start to put stuff together and come to their own conclusion anyway.
Yeah. 100%.
So why would you, as a mother, start putting these seeds of doubt? Because if the child turns up to 17, 18, why my dad only come see me once or twice a year?
Yeah.
Well, they going to start
to figure. Yeah. 2 + 2, because your dad don't want to come around if y'all always arguing all the time.
See what I'm saying?
I don't want to come around either. Who wants to deal with that?
So I mean, that's my whole thing is that, if the mother feels like the dad is a deadbeat, it's not your job to knock the dad to the child. Let the child grow up and find out for the child's self if the dad is a deadbeat or not. And they'll come to their own conclusion of if they want the parent in their life as an adult or not. And then that dad, he has to deal with that for life.
Yes, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? That he got to deal with the fact that, damn, I want a part of my child's life and then my child don't want nothing to do with me. You got to deal with that, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to deal with that. But man, I can go on and on about co-parenting.
Man, we can talk about co-parenting all day. Like, I got stories out the wild. I think that's like hard too.
It is. It's extremely stressful.
Especially when you try to juggle. I think that's my issue. I don't have the co-parent as much, and I kind of enjoy it. I probably shouldn't say that.
It's all right.
Like, I know they should, you know what I'm saying? I know his, like, should have a better relationship, but, like, I don't push it as much because it's so much peaceful. Like, I can move the way I want to.
Not even just that. It's not your responsibility to do that.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Like, it's
his responsibility to make sure he's a part of it. It's not your responsibility to push the dad to be a part of the child's life. And I don't know the situation, but my thing is a trying dad is an everything dad.
Yes, that's all I say is just try.
Just try. Whatever.
A phone call,
text message, FaceTime, whatever that trying looks like for you. Try, bro.
Yeah, and it's not about money. People always think, oh, it's about money or it's not. I swear, it's me personally. It's not about money because I believe God's going to take care of our needs no matter what. Like you do it or I go out and work for it, it's going to get taken care of. But like you said, the trying to show that you care, putting the effort.
That's it. Even if, again, I don't know this is what. Even if the dad says, "Hey, I'm gonna just come and get him one day a week."
Okay.
You a part of his life. That's all I ask.
One day a week. Some people don't understand 1 day a week.
For a mom is fucking everything.
Everything. You give me a whole 24 hours to do what I want to do, not have to cook a meal, you know? Like, because some people don't understand, like, when you don't have your kids, like, I'm not cooking that day. I don't have to cook anything. I can eat whatever's in the refrigerator, you know what I'm saying? I don't even have to eat. Like, some days I don't even, like, good, you're with your granny, I'm not eating anything. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the house being clean. I'm not going to touch nothing and enjoy it.
And it's crazy because, you know, from your perspective and from moms that I've dated in the past who actually have deadbeats, it's just strictly sperm donors. And they see what I do for my kids and they're like, damn, I wish my baby daddy would just
I've always said you're a good man for that. Like,
I wish my baby daddy would just come get my child for a few hours a day. I wish.
Yes.
Because when you have your child 24/7, 365, you will appreciate anything. And it bothers those women to see a trying dad get treated the way he does.
Oh, it pisses me off.
And it's like, well, damn, I would love to have a dad that's just fucking trying. And y'all, they for real?
Like, he just doing what? And that pisses, like, you want to see me, like, you're right. I get so
And they say, I wish they would switch spots with me.
In a heartbeat.
And see what it's really like to not have no help at all, period.
Okay, so I get that. So, I don't know, because I think of you as a really good dad, and I feel like, damn, if y'all, because you are such a good dad, and from what I see on the outside, I couldn't break up a relationship. Like, I feel like you can make things work. Like, that's just me personally. Like, unless you did something detrimental to me and we already got kids together, I'm like, we in it. Because you know what I'm saying? We is in it. Like swimwear. You feel me?
Nah, Quentin Mark just didn't want to do right. That's all.
You just didn't want to do right.
Nah, I just didn't want to do right.
But at least you honest.
I mean, because, at the end of the day, I know a lot of the situation is accountability my fault.
Right.
You know, majority of it is me. I'll admit that. And I told my kids that. And I've actually apologized to my kids over winter break for this very thing.
Okay.
I said, I'm sorry that y'all didn't get to grow up in a household with two parents. I said, I'm sorry that I couldn't give that to y'all. I said, I cry about that, and I really have. I cried about that, and the women I've dated in the past, they know how I feel about this. And when they see this, they'll be like, yeah, that motherfucker is crying. My daughter lives in Columbus.
That hurts you.
It hurts because I feel bad about the way I've acted that caused us not to have a two-parent household. Now, again, I'm not saying that it's always going to work out, but to know that it was my fault, and the moms ain't even got to take it. I put it all on me.
So do you think it was because of what you did? Was your actions of infidelity?
That's part of it. Yeah, it was part of it.
Okay, so yeah. I've been always told men cheat. Yeah. And it's hard for me to be with a man because I always have it in my head I'm not being with you if you cheat.
Well,
Does that make sense? I can't say I've seen my cousins stay. Like, you know, like they have multiple kids with the man and they're going to stick it out. I'm not thugging it out with you.
No, I'll say this. Okay, so my daughter's mom, my oldest daughter, that was that. I was on a lot of bullshit with that. Like, she would come to the club. I've been in motherfucking with my shirt off and all. Like, I was
just wilding because you're young.
I'm in my 20s.
Yeah, I get it. You're young.
And so, but for the rest of them, man, like, I was trying to be okay, but it just didn't work.
So was it the infidelity?
No, the infidelity was with the oldest.
The first one.
Yeah, that one.
But it was just life situations.
Yeah, the other ones, it just wasn't gonna work.
Is it because y'all didn't have a good bond or anything, or?
I don't. Well, one of them we just kind of grew apart. You know, it was amicable. Like, there was no cheating. We didn't even argue through the whole relationship, to be quite honest. It's just that she wanted this and I wanted that, and we just couldn't bring it.
Because I make it work.
Yeah,
which
so
is understandable.
That was the first split that I've had that there was no ill feelings. There was no. It just didn't work. But the other one, that just wasn't work.
So are you friends with that? The mother of your child?
I wouldn't say friends, but my daughter that was in the hospital, right?
Yes.
You know, I don't want to say her mom's name, so I don't know if she wants me to put it
right.
But we have a great relationship. I can actually say she is a friend. You know, do we still butt heads? Of course we do, because we co-parenting, so we're not always going to see eye to eye on how we raise a child. But I consider her a friend. Like, we still cool to this day. Like,
is that the one that you guys just went separate ways?
Yeah, and this, because we went our separate ways, and it was an adult situation. Like, we just said, hey, it's just not gonna work. You know, you want this, I want this. You know.
So what did you want that you couldn't make it work?
I was at a point where I was ready to be in the house. She was not. Not to say that, you know, she was out here, you know, just letting that thing loose. But, you know, she liked to hang out and whatnot.
Have fun.
Yeah.
And she's a fun person. Like, I know she's a fun person. Yeah, she's a great person.
So she wasn't out and do. At least I don't think. And we've had this. I don't believe she was out there doing me wrong. She just liked to go have fun.
No, she likes to have fun. Yeah. She's a fun person. Likes to travel. I get that.
So she wanted to do all that. Me, I was at a stage where I'm ready for the home life.
But you are a little bit older.
Yeah.
Because I'm in between that age group.
Now you see why the whole split now.
I definitely understand that.
Yeah. So
that goes into. Okay, so here's the thing. Because we talk about this a lot. So I've been reading men dating younger women and all that. Have you seen this? Like,
I have not. No.
Probably because I'm in a lot of older groups on Facebook where me and Nick are business partners. Like, I have a lot of his friends, and I get a lot of these. Why is it okay for men to date younger women? But when I think about it, I don't want to date nobody my age.
You don't?
No.
You want older? Younger?
Yeah, because like I feel like guys my age, either you're gonna cheat on me or you're gonna be doing some dumb stuff, and then I'm gonna react on the dumb stuff that you're doing. And when I date an older man, I feel like they respect me more. I feel like we can build and do some longevity things. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, old men they still be out there, but I just like
they majority of the time they done with their bullshit.
Yeah, they're done with their bullshit, and they're willing to take you seriously and your career seriously, and they're gonna respect you more. Like. So I guess, I don't know, like, I feel like our age group, because we're close in age, I struggle with men in our age group. I do, and I'm single, and I'm trying to date, and I'm trying to mingle, and I'm like, are you, like, you said what? To me? You want me to do what? What? Like, and I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I would much rather date up than down.
But you've dated down.
I've dated down. And when I say down, I don't mean down as in quality. I mean down as in age.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
I want people to get that misconstrued thinking I'm dating down.
No, like the people, great. Even like when you brought your ex to the All Connect ball, like great young lady, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Class of type women, like good quality women. Like great quality. Like not knowing them directly, but like I would sit at the table and like chop it up.
I need somebody older only because I know now what I lack. And so what I lack, I know older women possess, majority of older women possess that. And it will help me be a better man.
What's like the thing that older women?
Stability. I need stability in my life.
But there's women, I'm 35, I'm stability. Like I always tell people I may be 35, but I'm really 42 at heart. Like I act like a 42-year-old woman. Like I'm in the house by 8:30. I cook dinner every night. I got my little house shoes and my house coat, my hair all tied up. Like I'm really like 42 at heart. And y'all say that, and I'm like, no, y'all don't want no stability. Get out of here. Like
I do, because I know. I mean, I ain't gonna say I've had it all, but
you got enough.
Yeah, I've had enough.
I get it.
Yeah, I've had enough, and I'm like, bro, I know what I need that's gonna make me settle down. So I feel like that's gonna come from an older woman. Not to say a younger woman couldn't give it to me, but my track record says no. My track record says no.
Same age. I feel like, how old are you now? 40?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I think 5 years younger.
I was just about to say 35.
I was going to say probably like my age to like 42.
43.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Like that's probably a good age range. Because
right.
I don't date people dead at my age because
right.
I'm like, what to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? I have those moments. And then I'll date people that's like 40. I'm like, okay, we still acting like we 12. I'm good. Like my 11-year-old is doing the same stuff. So it's hard for me to date.
You're right, 35.
When I see a man do some of the same or have some of the same tantrums that my 11-year-old has.
I feel that.
Like, I just want maturity. So do you buy, like, on the first day, I'm a traditional person. You got to buy.
Buy what?
If you ask me out today, you got to buy that on the first day. You got to pay for dinner.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like buy roses or shit like that.
Anything like, oh yeah, we take roses. I'll take them Kroger roses, them peach Kroger roses.
I'm not doing that on first date. I do that after I like you.
After you like me?
I do that after I like you, but I ain't pull. Look, man, listen.
For real, not on the first day. I've had guys bring me roses.
And that's
on
cool.
The first day.
And that's cool for guys who rock like that. Like, no diss against them. Me, I'm not pulling up with no roses.
Because you play a quick.
I ain't going all that. I ain't doing all that. But I'm just saying that's a nice gesture. But I'm not doing it. Sometimes women don't even like flowers, to be honest. Sometimes some women do.
I know they like buy me an A.
Yeah. They like, what you got? Yeah, okay. But no, for me, and this is 2024, so some women are more aggressive now than they have been before.
More like.
So there are women now who will ask a guy out on a date.
I'm not doing that.
You may not do it. That's what I'm saying. But there are.
Because I feel like women should be women still. And that's the problem. There's too much of
masculinity.
Yeah, I'm
alpha,
like, it's okay to run the workroom. Like I run a company, but I'm still feminine.
At the end of the day, you still want to be a woman.
Yeah, I still want to cook my man dinner. I still want to wash his dirty drawers type deal. Like,
so if you was in a relationship with a man, you wouldn't take him out to dinner?
Oh, of course. If we're in a relationship, I'm doing the most. Like
You've never asked a guy on the first date. You have never said, hey,
Man, I don't know if you remember this.
Okay. Well,
remember that time I shot my shot with you and you was with somebody else? I think that was like my only and my last time with you, a modern day woman, and asking somebody else. Like, I'm never doing that shit again. But I didn't know that you were with who you're with at the time. I didn't, or I wouldn't have done it.
That's
but y'all were so quiet and low key, nobody knew. And it was cool. You know what I'm saying?
That's because, we're both quiet people by nature, so we didn't want to be around that, So.
Right, but it was cool, and I didn't know.
But also, people didn't know this as well, is that at All Connect, you couldn't date somebody on the same team.
Really?
Yeah, so if they found out that you were dating, they would move either person to a different team. So that's why we had to keep it low key, because you technically could not date somebody on your team.
Okay, see.
Yeah, so that's why we kept it quiet.
See, that's why I shot my shot.
You
see how I said I didn't shoot my shot in the same team.
I'll connect with something else.
It
Lord have mercy.
But
so you've never asked, outside of me, you've never asked a guy.
Oh, look at me. Does it look like I asked him?
Hey, I don't know. Hey, man.
Does it look like a woman like me would ask a man on a date off
2024.
No.
Some women are like, hey, you know what? I like you and I want you. What you trying to do?
No. Now, if you shoot your shot and I'm feeling you, it's all game after that. You get to see my aggression and like,
okay.
Or even if like we take it that level,
so
you have
aggressive
to be
after
the fact. I have to see after the fact. Like even if we took it to that sexual level, I'm not going to initiate first.
Shit.
I'm just saying I'm not initiating first. But if you start some and then challenge on, like let's go. But no, not off the first. I'm quiet. I don't know. And then you're like, what? And I'm like, yep, yeah, that's me. But no, I want to be asked out. I want to be taken out. But then I'm very submissive too, because I believe a woman should cook her man dinner every night. Like if we in a relationship together, you best believe I'm gonna cook you a home cooked meal every night. I'm not giving you no McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, none of that. Like,
that's what's up.
I cook breakfast.
Rare breed.
I believe women should still clean the house. Like, I believe there are gender roles. Like, I believe women should handle their roles, and a man, like you, if I'm with you, like, make sure there's gas in my car. Make sure you scrape off the car in the morning time. Can you shovel the sidewalk so I don't slip and bust my butt?
You want a man to be a man.
A man to be a man. I'm going to be a woman. I'm going to handle the woman stuff. Not trying to be, like, gender sexual, but
would you?
What?
Would you get out there and show us?
I do it right now because I'm single. Shit.
I know, but that's because you have to.
Yeah.
Well, until your child gets old enough to start doing it. But if you're in a relationship, would you be okay with being independent enough to be like, babe, I'm gonna go ahead and go shovel the snow off the sidewalk?
Yeah, if I had to, or
Okay,
if I knew
fair.
I was leaving first, or like if he was like asleep or something, and
Okay,
I
that's
had to go out
fair.
the house,
Okay.
like, yes, I'm not gonna be like, wake up, babe, like go start my car, and like I'm not that
cool.
petty.
Okay, cool.
But like, yeah, I like a man to show chivalry. Like, I like, open doors for me. Yeah. And I've gotten spoiled, like the men in my life. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The men in my life that didn't even want me sexually, even like my business partner, he does all that shit for me. And like, I ain't got no butt for it. So I ain't got to give him no butt. He's opening up doors and like, you feel what I'm saying? He opens doors for me. You think you not going to open up a door? Because it's like, he's treated me in a certain way. And like, I've dated men that's treated me always at this caliber. So it's hard for me to date BS. It's hard for me for you to come at me at some BS, or you know what I'm saying? And this is what I want to do for you. Okay, if that's what you want to do, save up your money and then do it for me. But like, I don't want to hear your BS, because I feel like real men don't come with excuses. They just show up and they show out.
Show up and show out. Okay.
Like the real men that I have met, and I say there's a difference between men and
facts.
I fuck with real men. Like, there's like, and I had to quit saying that about myself in the past couple of years, because I was like, yeah, I want nigga. Nope, don't want no nigga. I want a man.
Well, that's because you got into a certain point in life. You was like, I don't want that shit no more.
Right.
I want this shit right here. And we only get to that point because we've had enough of the bullshit.
Yeah.
To where we like, I know I don't want that. I want that.
Yeah.
And you learn how to get that based off all the trials and errors of that.
Yes.
So I'm right there with you.
I get it. And then like people talk to me, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. My thing is, I have an issue with, I just got into my looks. Like, I used to never think I was pretty, and I've like lost all the weight. Mm-hmm. So I never thought, I was like, oh yeah, I'm like one of those girls. And some people are like, oh really, me? Like, ooh, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's taken a while for me to grow into myself. Like, I've always been cool with my personality, but like,
I seen the video with the natural hair and it's raining, and I seen the joint. Yeah, I seen it.
It was raining. I'm natural. So it's taken a while for me to grow into this, and being in this light that I am now. It's been different, but I feel like men can approach me on like a level that I probably would have went through like 2 years ago. Like, oh, let's go out and like hook up, and the value of yourself. So it's like, I tell people now, I was like, I'm like Michelle Obama. Would you say that to Michelle?
Would you say that to Michelle? You don't say it to her, don't say it to me.
That's how I feel now, especially like when men approach me like, oh, let's go.
I feel sorry for y'all.
Wow.
Because these dudes now just be coming at y'all just any old kind of way.
Yes.
Just sending.
Married.
Well, that too. Just sending dick pics, just don't unannounced, just sending. I'm like, man, the stories I be hearing from homegirls. I
like to share and all this stuff like that. I'm like, who do you think I'm sharing?
I'm like, sheesh. And then I'll see like, screenshots, because fellas, listen, women do share the screenshots with other dudes too, trust me. And I'll see screenshots of how dudes be coming at these chicks, and I'm like, bro, that's how dudes talk.
And we talk about it all the time in the studio, like, yes.
Like, damn, that's how they just off the rip, like, are we fucking? I'm like, damn, y'all just
no dinner, no nothing.
No conversation, no nothing. Just
I don't even want to know your name.
You trying to let me fuck or what? Like, damn, like, okay. I ain't that bold, bro. I'm like, that's after, a couple dates or whatever.
Yeah, it's like get to know each other, yeah.
Like, these dudes is, first message, boom, they showing you.
And I feel like that's a woman thing. We let that shit slide for so fucking long. I ain't gonna lie. We let that slide.
Yep.
We let that go through. Like, we did.
Yep.
And then we on this masculinity, like, we treat men like they're our tricks now. Like, and women do. They treat them like they're their tricks, like, for real. And I'm like, you can't just come in and, I guess because they've been used so many times. You come in, you bang it up, and you out, and you kick it out. I can't do that. Like, I'm just
women are like me in a certain
like
sense,
men, like
worse than us.
worse.
In certain sense. But back to what you was just saying about y'all have allowed it. And I've had conversations with women. I was like, do you know why dudes talk to y'all? I send you, pictures like that just off the rip. I was like, why? Because it's worked with other women before. So they think that it's going to work with all women now. So they just do it to every woman. I said, because, and then there are some women, like I said, who fall for it. And they're like, well, shit, I'm going to do this to every woman. And then that woman is doing that to every dude.
I think it's because you get so fed up because you got good women out here like me and you believe what everybody says. I'm a true believer. Until you show me wrong, I take you at face value. And you get so tired of it. It's either you're going to do one thing, you're going to start treating dudes like they treated you, or you're going to do something different and you're going to make a change. I decided to make that change because I'm still me at the end of the day. I still stand on certain values and goals.
As you should.
Yeah. And I still believe in love, and I believe that there are good men out here. You just got to search a little deeper. You got to search a little deeper. And everybody comes with baggage.
Everybody does. I mean, everybody come with their own bullshit.
Everybody does.
It's just what are you willing to help that person unpack?
Yes, 100%.
Because everybody got tried that a whole lot of shit that comes with them. It's like, well, are you worth me helping you unpack this shit?
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And as women, I feel like I know me personally, when you have a man and they're not on complete bullshit, we'll stick by that man.
Oh hell, that's 100%. I know.
Like, you ain't gotta be
that.
perfect. We will stick by you.
100%.
Especially if you want something like the longevity, we sticking through it.
Again, it goes back to the trying thing. A trying man is everything.
I'm telling you, trying man, the potential. We love on potential. If I can see the potential in you, that is everything. I love you. Like, even before we sleep with you, and it doesn't have to be anything serious. Women, we sleep with you because of the potential, and we can see the growth and the longevity of the relationship.
Good women will sleep with you because of that.
Yeah.
Some women will just sleep with you because they horny.
Well, yeah. Me
good
personally.
Women, yeah, good
me
women.
Personally, I will sleep with you because I consider myself a good woman because I see the quality of a man you are, what you show. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like you said because you're horny. Yeah. But yeah, that comes on the longevity. Can I see a future with this person?
Mm-hmm. That's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
That's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to sleep with somebody that you feel like you can have a future with.
Right.
Do we always do that shit? Hell no. I know I ain't always did that shit, but I'm just saying.
I'm pretty good at like doing that.
Are you?
I really am. Like, yeah. Okay. Especially now, I'm over past 30. Hell yeah. Like, because I know what I want. And I know what I've wanted for a minute. I feel like it's just me working on myself. I'm not going to get my husband until I work on me. And I'm in the stage where I'm working on my wifey qualities.
As you should. Yeah. At a certain point in age, men and women a lot sooner than men, you do start to value your body a little bit more.
Yes.
And not to want to give it out to just because, okay, we talking, so it means I got to smash.
Right.
It's like, no, like, what are we doing here? First and foremost, like, is this somebody I can see a future with, or is it somebody I can see just kicking it with and ain't going to go nowhere? If it ain't going nowhere, then, it is what it is.
It's a waste of a shower.
You feel me?
Like, that's what I consider it's a waste of a shower.
You feel me? Like, but if this person got some real, now, does it mean it's always going to work out? No. But you feel like, okay, this person got some potential. Hey, do your thing.
Right. You can be a power couple. I believe in power couples.
Let the bells ring.
Yeah, I believe in that power stuff though. Like, I want somebody that's going to elevate me on the business tip and elevate my brain.
You should. You should want somebody who challenges you, speaks life into you, pushes you to be better, pushes you to think.
Yes.
Pushes you to look at a perspective different from what you've always looked at something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't even think about it like, you damn, for real? That shit is sexy to me.
Yes.
Somebody who can make me look at something from a different perspective and make it make sense. That shit is sexy.
I agree. I definitely 100% agree. A little situation. I remember I got mad about a piece of mail once, and I think I got mad because that person was mad. He said they were upset, and I got upset. He's like, think about it like this: if your husband said he was upset, are you going to get upset about it? You have to take yourself out of it and put in other people's shoes. It's okay to have different emotions. Because as women, we're hotheads. And I think that comes
You said it, not me.
Yeah. And I've had to apologize. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes I check my tone, just like having a business partner that is a male. Like, damn, I came off really harsh and aggressive in that phone conversation. And I'll be like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm real quick to, after like the conversation's over, I'm like, ooh, I came off a little rough. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to come off so abrupt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to do better in those type of situations. Because sometimes I do. Like, sometimes they don't think about it, but I'm thinking like, ooh, that was a little.
Yeah.
Like, I have those moments.
But that's good, though, that you have somebody who can make you reflect on some of the stuff that you're doing and be like, damn, I need to handle that a little bit different. That's what you want in a partner.
Yeah.
You don't want somebody who's going to let you keep getting away with the same old bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to want somebody to hold you accountable. But like, you know, in the moment, hey, look, you shouldn't have did that. Like, how you handle that shit, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, man. Next time, try doing it like this. That's what you want from somebody.
Yes.
Like, damn, was I really?
Make you think. Keep you
I said that for real?
Yeah. Keeps you on your toes, though, too.
And, you know, and you don't want somebody who's going to let you, and the perfect, I don't know if you watch Yellowstone, but I love
Yellowstone.
Everybody that I know wants a Beth and a Rip.
I'm Beth.
The way Rip,
I am Beth.
The way Rip loves Beth is how women want to be loved. Like, let her be her, let her do her, let her rock out, and love her craziness, but also know when to pull that craziness to the side. Be like, hey, calm that shit down. You know,
I need a rip. I'm telling you, I need a rip.
See what I'm saying?
Because, you know, I have like that wowing personality. So sometimes I need that man to be like, look.
You need that man to be a man's man and be like, hey, look.
And I need a man for that. And I'll tell everybody, like, sometimes I need women to just shut the fuck up and be put in their place. I've said it.
That's what.
I have said it because sometimes we need that to just shut the fuck up.
Not only that, fellas. Women get turned on by that shit too.
They really do.
Women get turned on by a man who's being a man.
I do.
And being the alpha male and being dominant. Let them know, hey, we're not going to do that shit.
Yeah.
This is what you get ready to do. You ain't going to talk to me like the A, B, and C. Hey, for real? I'm not going to do what?
Yeah. Yeah, or just, you know what I'm saying? Just being in her place and being a woman.
Yeah.
The softness. Because we're not soft anymore. And we don't dress elegant as women. As a whole, we out here and we showing it all. And I'm very like, not so much. Like, I can't. Like, if it's summertime, okay, cool. But, like, you ain't going to catch me out here with my butt out and...
Show your curves, not your body.
Yes, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, every woman, you know, like, you can accentuate your curves and still look sexy. You ain't got to have your ass cheek. And it's crazy that I'm saying this at the age because 10 years ago, I was like, hey, I'm for all that shit. Like, show me them cheeks.
The growth.
Show me them cheeks. But now it's getting to a point to where it's like, you get on social media and it's like, okay, and, all right, like, okay.
Everybody has on the same wig.
Everybody got the lace front. Everybody got the cheeks clapping. Everybody, it's like, okay, all right, bro, what are we doing here, man?
Right. So what do you prefer, natural or wigs? Whatever. Or you don't even care?
I don't even care. Whichever one she cool with, I'm cool with. I'm not a hair dude. Like, I'm not one of those. I want my woman to hair be done. If you want a lace front, baby, wear the lace front. If you want the natural, wear the natural. If you want whatever you comfortable with.
So she walking around with some Sealy braids. That's cool.
It's cool with me. Because I'm going to love you at your worst. I don't care what you look like.
You said it's your worst. That's her every day. That's her best.
Because, man, nobody is Beyonce and Halle Berry every single day, every minute of the day. So you look like you Halle Berry when you taking the shit.
Look at me. This is how I look.
You taking the shit.
I look just like this.
So you wake up first thing in the morning just like that.
Pretty much. Check off my scarf. Check my hair. Here
okay.
We go.
Hi.
You saw me this morning.
Okay.
Touch. Here we go.
So, to me, I don't think every woman looks
like the eyelashes.
Looks like that 24/7, 365.
But this is natural. Like, this isn't a lot of makeup. This is like a little bit. This is natural.
She's walking around the house with her, color purple braids and whatnot. I'm cool with that. I'm not here for that. I'm here for you.
Right.
So the type of hair, and I know that when we go out, you're gonna be presentable. So I'm not.
But what if she's not? That's her style. Is Sealy.
If that's how I met her, then I can't be mad that she looks like that.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Because apparently I liked it.
Right.
So I can't, try to want to change it. But if we dating and then she, baby, how come you don't
look like you did when we first started dating? That's the problem.
I ain't saying you can give me a little razzle dazzle every now and then. Can you make me want you every once in a while?
So men are visual thing. I've always heard men are more visual.
Oh, we definitely visual. Without a doubt.
Visual. So she's got it together and you guys like it. And then the smarts I hear is like visual. And then like older men I hear is like if you're really smart and then you have like the visual, it's just like a whole different.
It is. It's It's another level. Takes this shit up to another level.
Okay, I don't get that because I'm smart and fucking pretty and I ain't got a man. Like, can somebody explain that to me? Like, if y'all are watching, you know, Sharitha Chantal, hit me up.
Wrong dudes. Simple as that.
And trust me, I'm cool with wrong dudes. Wrong. And I'm quick to turn around. I don't want a drug dealer. I don't want somebody, a clown or nothing.
So
like,
that you're not settling. So that's why you're single, because you're not settling. You're waiting for that guy who is worthy of whatever it is you bring to the table.
Yeah.
May take a while, but he gonna come. Literally and figuratively. He gonna come.
I'm just over here like, okay.
It's gonna come. And dude, there are some good dudes who are waiting around for the same damn thing.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, do we need to do like a little speed dating challenge, like a little networking?
Might do the truth record speed dating.
No, seriously, let's do it. And I'm gonna be the first person sitting there.
Speed dating.
I'm gonna be first person sitting there. With
some of these people hooked up. Truth recording Love is Blind episode. Make people talk from inside the studio, outside the studio, because you can't see in there, right? It's blacked out, right?
I can't black it out. Yeah.
Make people talk from in here to get to know each other.
Okay, who we got on the first episode? Because I'm the first person. Just line them up one by one.
But you can't. But you got to stay in there until they tell you. You know, everybody's left the premises and vacate the premises. You got to make people sign an NDA and all of that, because you know people will be like, oh, that was me on. So you got to make sure people's keeping it all the way on the 1,000.
I could, believe it or not, I could like literally follow somebody just by the conversation.
All right.
Like off the rip. I feel like conversation is everything. I've also heard.
That's what all women say till they see the dude and he look like Flav.
No, because I can work on that.
Okay. All right.
I can work on that, I feel like.
Okay. Well, you wanted to.
I feel like this is like workable. Like the actual physical is very workable.
It is, but you got to have something to work with. Because looks is going to fade. You're going to get old.
Right.
You're going to get saggy. You're going to get wrinkles. You're going to get whatever you're going to get. So looks is going to fade. So looks ain't everything, but you got to have something to work with. Whatever that is to you. I ain't saying they got to be Rihanna or nothing like that. But whatever attractive is to you, it's got to be something that draws you to that person, because they're not always going to look like that person.
I get that, but I think smarts is what attracts me to men. Or like a good, smart business,
That's
savvy.
True. Because I hate saying this. An ugly, smart person can be attractive to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because
he can run up a bag.
Because of how smart he is, that's attractive to a woman, and she don't see the physical so more, and she's just worried about the brain, so to speak. So yeah, and I've been like that time or two. I've had a few of them that didn't look the quality, but up here was on point. It just didn't work out. But yeah, they brain literally.
Is it because they didn't work out because of what, the looks or?
Nah, it wasn't.
The physical activity.
Nah,
I feel like if anything physical, it has to be right.
Nah,
in that bedroom situation.
Sometimes you just meet. Sometimes people meet and they just at two different stages in their life.
100%. I've been there.
Yeah,
I had somebody I've connected with that I like feel, and
you just at two different places. Yeah. And it's not that the other person's not doing anything wrong. You're not doing. It's just y'all just at two different phases in your life, and it just don't work.
Do you think that has to do with age?
Yes and no, because women are generally more mature than guys anyway. So even though we're older, and you might be younger, but your mindset is still older than us, because women are way more mature than we are.
I'm 42, so when somebody asks, I'm 42.
That's what I'm saying. So age, so to speak, sometimes, not really, but sometimes it does play a factor. But majority of the time, the woman's 9.5 out of 10, she's gonna be more mature than the dude anyways. So age really don't, unless she's like 20 and the dude is like 55, and that's like, bro, what are you doing?
That's just
that's what I'm saying. Other than that, other than that.
But I don't know. I get that because I've been in relationships with that big age gap. I'm like, okay, people my age still do some of the same stuff that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see that. But what about like physically? Like, what if she was there smart? Like, what if she was everything and it was just not there? Or could you wait till marriage?
Marriage? No.
Why not?
Do you buy a car without test driving it?
I said that too, but I don't know.
When you buy clothes, do you try it on first, or do you just buy it just because you think it's going to fit?
I bought things just because I think it's going to fit, and it does.
Okay.
So is it like, I don't know, I guess because I'm more of a spiritual and biblical person, I go back to the good book of the Bible, and I fight with myself because I feel guilty, but like you said, do you buy a car before you
Can
get
you spend the rest of your life with somebody? Okay, so you want to wait till you get married, which again ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, it's nothing wrong with
think
that.
there's something wrong.
But sometimes you break. I ain't gonna lie.
But you get the guy, and he's everything you want and need in a man, physically, mentally, spiritually, and y'all get married, and you see he only got 3 inches.
We can work with that.
Okay, all right. Good luck with that, but all right. And you do you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do you. That's why that wait to that marriage thing is a hard pill to swallow. I know some people will be like, well, I would at least try to feel and see what happens. Okay, but when you do that.
Yeah, because you do a little feel, you know, you do a little.
Oh, okay, so if he's everything except for that, so then.
But I feel like you can tell, because, like, as a woman, I look, like, just, like, in jeans, like, we can, like, y'all look at us, I feel like you can do, like, that up and down, like, oh, okay, especially when y'all wear, like, them gray sweatpants, like, okay, yeah, that might work.
I don't even know how we got here, but yeah, so, yeah, I don't know about the wait to marriage part. Nothing's wrong with it, but,
you can't wait till marriage. I think the idea is good. Like, I would love to wait till marriage, but I'm broken.
Because what if you marry somebody and they not into a lot of the stuff you into? And there is no working around that because they just feel like...
What do you mean, like, in...
Worse, okay, so let's just throw all the shit out there. So what if a guy or a woman is into anal play?
I'm not doing that.
No, that's my point.
We talk about that.
That's my point.
But I feel like those are things in the relationship we talk about. When we talk about our credit score, we talk about
but see, when you dating, you so in love with that person that you feel like, oh, that's not going to be an issue. That's not going to be a problem.
No, that's the problem, is we don't have these conversations.
No, that's what I'm saying. When you dating and y'all, you know.
But that's just it. When I date, I'm putting it all out there. Like, before I even have sex with you, I don't need to know your credit score. Like, I need to know what we're getting into. Does that make sense? And I feel like that's what we mess up in our dating.
But it's not a problem until it becomes a problem.
But it is a problem. Because if you tell me your credit score is 500 and mine is 800, I think that's a big problem. I think either we need to figure out how we're going to fix this, or...
So he got everything else, but he got a low credit score, so you ain't going to fuck with him?
But if he has everything else, that's something we can work on.
That's my point, is that there are some things that when you going through the whole uncomfortable conversation phase, it's not a problem. Y'all get married, now the house is getting involved, cars is getting involved, because it's cohabitation now. His credit score matters now. So it wasn't a problem then because y'all wasn't living together. Now it's a problem.
But I feel like you shouldn't be messing around with somebody until that stuff is together. Like, I feel like you shouldn't be doing financial stuff and spending certain financial.
But you just said it wasn't a problem while y'all was dating.
While we're dating, because that means, and this we're talking about the first 3 dates.
No, we talking about y'all. We talking about year 2 years
I'm not
in.
doing that.
But he got everything else.
So guess what? About the 3rd date, I know if your credit's good or bad or not. Because that's like one of the questions I'm going to ask
so now,
before I even sleep with you, that's a question I got to ask.
So now you throwing away a good guy just because of his credit score? He got everything else to make you a happy woman. What do you mean?
But he doesn't have everything else, because I feel like if your credit score ain't there, you ain't.
So his credit score doesn't determine if he's a good man or not. He just made some bad decisions that are biting him in the ass.
Bad financial decisions.
That doesn't mean
affect me.
But that doesn't mean he's a bad guy.
That's true.
He might just be bad with money. And since you're so good with money, that's where the balance comes in at. To help him be a better man.
First, if he's willing to learn, if that's one of those things, like if you're open to like, hey babe, show me what you did to get your credit like this, and let's make some things work and build. Absolutely. But if you're so headstrong and I got it, okay.
But we both know building your credit score takes a while, right?
Not really.
So by the time y'all get married, what if his credit, if he's trying like and his credit score is still not where you think it should be, then what?
But guess what? We can't afford a big wedding if your credit score is not where it's supposed to be. But if you're trying...
You still get married?
It literally takes like 9 months to build a credit score, believe it or not.
But are you still... Okay, 9 months. So 9 and 9 is 18. Y'all been together for 2 years. Y'all getting ready to get married in that 3rd year. This credit score ain't where it need to be. You still getting married?
Yeah, because I'm running it now at this point.
Okay.
I got everything unlocked. I knew the letters it took to get your credit score where it needs to be and what debts and stuff. Because I feel like if we've been together 2 years, there's got to be some kind of financial or something. You feel what I'm saying?
I get that. But that 3rd year, y'all trying to get a house together, right? Y'all trying to get cars together, right? Y'all trying to build this life together, right?
Right.
His credit score ain't where it need to be. So
it's going in my name. Sorry. Like, the loan has to go in my name. That's what the government says. The loan's going in my name.
That's a conflict. So you willing to let go of a good guy just because he ain't got a good credit score?
I want to let him go, but everything's going in my name. I got to financially back myself.
Yeah, but what about him?
I'll co-sign. Well, not right off the bat. I'm not going to co-sign.
So what about him? So what about how you feel?
Because we're married. So if we're married, it's already issued papers. So we're already together. Just because I'm handling the money doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it means a lot. It means that if my name ain't on this house, you can kick me out at any point in
No,
time.
because in the state of Kentucky, you can't do that. In the state of Kentucky, whoever signs...
Where you from?
Illinois.
What if y'all move up there?
I don't know the laws there, but I know in Kentucky.
But I'm saying you might get tired of living here and be like, baby, I don't want to live. Little man might be grown up now, doing his own thing. So it's like, baby, I don't want to live in Kentucky no more.
But I feel like a good man, that's one of the things you start having together. Like, at least wanting to have together is like your credit and stuff.
As you should. I agree. But your whole basis is if he ain't got good credit, then I'm done with him. Credit?
Credit though? Financially, yeah. When we talking financials.
But his credit score does not determine if he's a good man or not.
No, I'm not saying that.
So you willing to let go of a great man just because his credit score is, what'd you say, 560, 580, whatever.
That's like not a bad credit score. Everybody thinks.
Well, I mean, whatever. I can't remember the credit score you said at the beginning. So let's just say 520.
Okay.
You gonna let him walk because of that? You just told me, babe, about 20, 30 minutes ago, women love the potential of a man.
I do.
Men got great potential to be a great husband.
They do.
To lead, to be your rip. But you won't allow that because his credit score is 520 after the third date.
It depends on how it's going.
See what I'm saying? See?
And you know what? We've had this conversation before, like why black men don't date black women. And Nick has told me in the studio, he was like, because y'all want too much. He's like, unless we got it together as brothers, y'all want the world. And I was like, ooh, you might be right.
Yeah.
Like,
now, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to go that far as to say that's why black men don't date, because I'm not great. No, that's not. That's people date because of what you want, not because she's black, so I ain't fucking with her.
I feel like that though sometimes. I feel like men, they're like, y'all got too much attitude. As a black woman, that's how it comes across to me. Like, I'm not dating her.
If he says that black, if a black man says a black woman has too much attitude, that just means he's weak as a man.
And that's how I feel.
That's all that is. And he wants to control her. That's why he doesn't like the attitude. Because he wants her to do whatever he wants her to do when she, like, nah, bro, ain't no woman gonna stand for that. And because she says something back, she got an attitude. Oh, bro, she ain't gonna let you control her life.
Right.
What you mean? So that's all. But as far as the black thing, I do feel like a lot of black men do feel like that as far as black women is black men feel like you want us to be Superman, have 7 to 8 inches, have 850 credit score, have 2 cars, a house, have a vacation house, have an Airbnb business, have 2 more businesses on the side. Like, y'all want us to be super brothers.
I think it's hard because as women in black roles is like we've really stepped into as black women these great roles.
Y'all have
CEOs and it sucks as I always say this, it sucks because the black man's the bottom on the totem pole and I hate that. I absolutely hate that y'all get treated as the lowest on the totem pole even when it comes to pay and everything else.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit here and say that's the reason why that's I don't like that. I don't like that. You date what you want to date just because that's who you love, not because.
And I'm sure I date who I want to date because I love. But it does. I don't know. It comes back to me like want to be. I don't want to pay for everything.
And that's fair.
I don't like. Maybe
that's fair.
In. And like I hate that if I have a certain caliber of money and you don't, and I still want to do it with you. I know I'm gonna have to come out the rip all the time because I would not do it with this. Like with that person.
You have to make that decision. Then, do I want a man that I might have to quote unquote financially support in the beginning, or do I just say, look, you're a great guy, wish nothing but the best for you, but I need somebody who's financially on my level. And there's nothing wrong with that either.
Right.
Like, because you have your own standards and you want what you want. So if your standard is, I need a man to be at least financially yoked as me, so I don't always have, because that's a lot of stress for one person to take the financial burden. But if you feel like you can't do that, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Like, that's your standard. Like, I need a man who's financially close to me.
But that's hard, too. In today's times. Like I said, that comes back to today's times. Like, it's like I've always been the breadwinner, and I don't want to be the breadwinner. But I also don't want to dumb myself down. Does that make sense, too?
What are you willing to sacrifice?
Here lately, I have said I'm willing to sacrifice.
Are you willing to sacrifice your pride and ego?
That's what I was going to say. being the breadwinner is like one of those things I have taught to myself into sacrificing. Because, I just see myself going up. So if I keep on going up, like.
Because you're going to get to a level to where you're going to meet guys that are in your same tax bracket. So do you date those guys, or do you, not to say dumb it down, but.
I feel like those guys treat us like shit. That's just honest opinion. I've dated guys in my same tax bracket, and it's more of a controlling thing. Like,
They don't want you to work.
Not that. It's like they don't want you to work. They want you to do this. They feel like everything should be a certain way. Like, I feel like they're more controlling. I feel like men with a certain caliber of money, they are more possessive and more controlling. And
I hear a lot of women say that.
I'm not doing
with that.
Yeah,
no,
you know
with
what
that.
I'm saying? I'm not about that life. Like,
a lot of women say that.
You're not, and then you can do whatever you want on top of it. So you be a possessive control, and then you can go sleep with whoever you want. Expect me to be here
because this is my house and
my stuff. Yeah.
No.
And so that's why I'm so independent. I learned how to get it for my own, because like I saw my mom go through that too. It's like she was with somebody that made majority of the money and was like the breadwinner. So it was his way or no way. So I guess that's why this is why I am the way I am. Yeah. I'm so independent because I saw my mom go through it to struggle to raise me with my stepdad. That I'm not doing it. Like I'm gonna do whatever it takes. And I feel like a lot of women in my era, we've seen that, and we've seen what our moms go through, and we ain't having it. Like
some of those guys are even abusive.
Yeah, mentally and emotionally, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like they're abusive in all aspects. If it's not physical, it's definitely mentally and emotionally. My mom was definitely mentally and emotionally abused for years. So it's hard for me.
Because when the guy feels like, this is my shit, you gonna do whatever I say do when I...
Jump how high.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like me trying to take the pride out. But it's also about finding somebody that's really good. I feel like if I had somebody that was really good to me, I don't think the money would matter. But I've also had people take advantage of me for the money situation. So my guard is definitely up the older I get about doing things and stuff like that. But like, I'm not against it. Like, because I'm like one of these type of people. I like giving. I'm a big giver.
Big heart.
Yeah, I love giving. I love seeing people's reactions, especially if I'm dating you and I think about you. I love shopping. So you never know. I just like my God, I'm like, you a shark when I go like shopping one day because I know you can fit that. But that's just me. But you know, some people take advantage of that.
They do.
They do.
I agree. Some people do take advantage of your kindness.
Yes.
And then, oh man, I'm only with her because she gonna buy me this, that, and third.
And I don't want to feel like that. So
and nobody should be made to feel like that. Like, I have to question why you here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I want somebody to be here for me. I'm at this point in my life, I'm pretty sure you are too. You want somebody to share it with. We've done a lot of things, and we want somebody to share it with and have fun with.
Before we, end it up, but that's what I want to, when something great or something horrible happens to me, I got that one person I can call.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, remember I told you I was going to get that job. I told you I was going to. Yeah, I told you. Remember we prayed about. Damn, baby, where you at? Oh, man, we just had this wreck. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's just a lonely world when you go through. I get chill, but I'm talking about it now. It's a lonely world when you go through something. You got nobody to call.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, you got your friends. Don't get me wrong. You got the.
But your significant other, you want that person.
You want somebody to confide in, good or bad, and it's lonely when something happens. And you look at your phone, you have nobody to fucking call.
Yeah.
It's just lonely.
It is.
That shit is
or when you come home at night. It's lonely when you get in that big old bed and it's cold by itself and you come in late and it's like, I get that.
The worst is when you've had, I'm pretty sure you know, a long day. And I'm talking about the type of day, and everybody can relate to this part. The type of day where you get home, do whatever you got to do, feed, and then you get in the bed and you just fucking sit there. And you just sit there. You don't even think about nothing. You don't even move. You just sit there.
Yeah, sit on the end of the bed.
And you just sit there. And those moments is when you wish you had somebody to comfort and console you. And when you ain't, that shit is a lonely place.
Yes.
A lonely place.
I get it. I think something funny you mentioned is pray with somebody. I think that is so important. Like the next relationship, that is like top tier. Like I want a man that we can pray together.
Whatever that looks like for you, I'm just saying it just in general. Like, if you want somebody who's in the church, who's a praying man, prays for you, over you, hey man, have at it, bro.
have it. I'm trying to get there myself. As far as spiritually, I'm starting to get myself back into it and praying with my heart instead of just praying with my mind.
Yes.
And that's what I used to do. But with my daughter's situation, like, I'm starting to get back into it.
I think life situations like that scares you because when I had open heart surgery, I was like you.
Yeah.
And I didn't take my prayers as seriously
as
I had to.
Yeah.
And like here recently, and I tell people when you start to pray and you really start to pray, because I've always prayed over this.
Yeah.
And I've always seen it. But I didn't take those prayers seriously until I had open heart surgery and really talk to God about how I feel and read and go in depth to it. So I'll tell anybody, when you pray and you really mean it and you show God what you're praying about, He's going to bust down doors. And I meant that. Like, when I wrote that as a post this morning, I really see Him because I'm so in tune about it. And I read about it. And it's like I open up my Bible and I go to certain verses and it's so in tune. It's like right where I need to be spiritually at that moment. And it's like not about money but more about wisdom and things like 1 Timothy. And it's like I can pop my Bible open and hear when I'm stressed about something. It's the right thing that you need to hear and look over you. So I definitely get where you're coming to, but it takes hard life experiences.
Yes, it
does. It takes it's like somebody shaking you, like, look, let me show you.
let me
show you real quick how everything can change in like a drop of a. And stuff like that, having open heart surgery, your daughter being on ECMO and stuff like that, it doesn't seem real because I went through it. I came home. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, I had all these tubes coming out, and I don't think it was real until I got in the bathroom, and I was going to take my first shower, and I had all these bandages over me, and I was changing dress and stuff, and I looked at my body.
So is that the moment where? How far was it between when you got home and when you did? Was that the same day? Or
no, it was a couple days later.
I was like, when did you start to process what really happened?
I had open heart surgery December 12th. Didn't get out of the hospital until like December 21st after everything. And I didn't get home. I stayed with my mom a few days. And that, when you go somewhere else, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And I think I came home Christmas Eve, Christmas morning. And I think I had a real shower in my bathroom, in my house, like probably the day after Christmas. And I'm changing and dressing and stuff. And I guess because that's the place I almost died, in my bathroom before I went to the hospital. And it just like hit me, oh my God. Like, I was sitting here on the toilet, couldn't breathe and falling asleep. My son begging me, Mom, you got to go to the hospital, like type deal. And I come back and I'm standing here. Like, it's so weird. And then I want to say a month after that, I was talking to God in the car on the way to the library. And I was like, I know you're real. And you've been showing me you're real. I don't understand how I believe in you and stuff like that. And there's this car, and as I'm coming across the street in front of the library, was at Radcliffe, there's this lady, she's just flying down Russell Cave, and out of nowhere, she is going to run the light, T-bone me, dead on, and she just stops. And I was like, okay, I believe it. Where's the Bible? I'm a firm believer.
Believer now. You got my attention now.
You got all my attention. And I meant it was stuff because everybody else on both sides of the street is stopped. And she's coming from Woodburn 60 miles an hour. And I'm in the intersection good. And it's I eventually slow the car down because I see her and I know the impact that's going to happen. She just stops. Her kids in the car and everything. Little baby could have flew out the car, everything. So I was like, yep. And so I took it, and it was one of those things you got to take your talent seriously. And I was sleeping on this. And it was you're done sleeping on it because you're going to wake up one day, you're going to be 60 years old, and you're going to regret it because you're working somewhere and you're not happy. And quit sleeping on it and put your faith into it fully.
Yep. And
He'll take care of everything else. It's I met Nick, and we're going every sentence.
And here you are.
Yeah, and here I am, and it's it's I come here every day faithfully, and it's because when you meet somebody that's so good, you think they're up to something, and I always I don't trust you because they're already in my past. And I always have to tell him I don't trust you just yet. The trust isn't there, but it's something kept bringing me back to this place and kept bringing me back to this place,
and look at you.
Yeah, and it's dang.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it's been a crazy year. So everything's actually happened in the past year, and I think it's crazy. And it's he took me under his wing. He takes care of me. That's sometimes you just need a friend. When you're both we both went through some things in the past couple years, and sometimes you just need a friend to lean on and talk to. And yeah, I guess God I told you, we pray for each other, and it's funny how things work out because I pray for this, he prayed for me, and he would never thought we would be together.
My thing with prayer is patience.
Yeah, and I don't have that. And he has that. And when I say I don't have that at all, I'm so quick at the gut. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And he's like, just sit.
Just sit and wait on it.
Yeah, he's like, what is it? He's like, my friend, she was like, you're like this. You're like so modern day tech, and you're like with your gun in the sky, like, chop, 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 chop. And she's like, he just sits there and he fishes and he waits and he just sit.
I have patience. I just don't have patience for the things I want.
Yeah.
Like,
you feel like it should come instantly.
Things in life, I'm cool. I can sit back. I can wait. I'm patient for it. I'm level headed. But when it comes to something I want that shit to happen now.
Me too.
I ain't trying to wait 2 years, a year, 3 years, 4 years. I want to see it.
Yeah, and it's hard when you have flops.
Yep.
I feel like that's like one of the things. Like we flopped on some things, and it's like usually when I flop on something, I quit. Like I'm done. Like I don't want to do it again. That hurt my feelings. It's like nope. Let's get back out there. Let's figure out how to make it better. So I feel like that's good when you have someone that you're in business with that can be your yin to your yang because it's hard doing it by yourself.
There's this. My partner told me 2 things. Right, and this is basketball related. He said, when you're in the gym shooting jumpers, do you keep going till you miss or do you just keep shooting? I was like, man, you just keep shooting. He's like, okay, so you're going to miss. Meaning you're going to flop. You're going to mess up on something. Mm-hmm. But when you miss, you keep shooting, see how much you can make in a row until you miss again.
Yes.
And he said, whenever you leave the gym, what are you supposed to do? You never leave on a miss. He's like, exactly. You keep shooting until you make it, and then you never leave on a miss, bro. Just keep shooting. So Sarita, just keep shooting.
Keep shooting.
Just keep shooting.
Man, every day.
Because you gonna flop. There's gonna be times where you like, man, I'm fucking shit. I ain't doing this shit. I'm tired of doing it. Keep shooting. Get up, keep shooting.
I hit that part where I ain't doing this. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I've had my moments. Like, I be like, damn, some days I just want to quit. Like.
Yeah. You can't.
But I still come in here. Does that like make sense? Like, as much as I be like,
why?
I'm gonna quit, I still come in here.
That's love. That's what they do. That's love.
It is love.
That's love.
It is love. I do love this place.
That's love and that's discipline. Because discipline is doing something you don't want to do, but you have to do it.
Yes.
So.
I guess I am disciplined. I don't consider myself disciplined because I have a hard time getting up, and I feel like real business owners get up at like 4 a.m. And I have the hardest time. That's like been my goal this year. And I'm like, oh no, it's 4 a.m. Like, turn this alarm off.
Nope. Get on up, get in here, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, and that's been my thing. Is like getting up at 4 has been the hardest discipline to come in here because I feel like the day's wasted. If you get up at 7, your day's wasted. Part of like a good, nice chunk of your day. By the time you get out that door, it's wasted.
Get up. Tomorrow's 4.
Okay, tomorrow I'm getting up at 4. I'm not getting up at 5:15. I'm not hitting the snooze button anymore. I'm going to think about what y'all say, and I'm going to say, Lord, help me get up. That's my prayer. I'm going to get up at 4.
Get up at 4. There it is. Y'all heard it.
We getting up at 4. We're going to say
who's
this.
We? I didn't say nothing about me getting up at 4. I said you get up at 4.
What time do you get up?
I get up at 7. I ain't say nothing about no we, us, none of that. I said you get up at 4.
Yeah.
I ain't say nothing about no we. You get up at 4.
You get up at 7?
Mm-hmm.
What time you got to be at work? 9? 8?
Get up at 7.
See, God,
brush my teeth, hop in the shower, throw on my scrubs, and I'm out.
Yo, don't tell me this is the Dish Network back from Alconnect. You saw that dish plan. How many dish plans did you have to set for that?
Man, that was cool. You know what? Before we leave, I don't know if you did this, but I had a perfect day. I went 10 for 10 one day. And I told Krista, I don't know if you remember Krista.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, get me off the phone. Get me off the phones. I don't want to met. Nope. And she was like, all right. She found the way to get me off the phones, and I was done for that day. So I was like, nope, I'm not fucking this up.
You know, I was good about taking. What's that? You want PTO or?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was notorious. I come in at 7 by 10:45. These calls are slow. I gotta go.
I forgot what was that button that you could push on the phone to like hold the calls. Is that what it was?
Number
you can hold.
9.
Yeah, I was like, no, get me off his. I'm not answering another phone call. Get me off his phone
9.
right now. Cause I'm nope.
Yeah, yep. I remember that.
I went perfect 10 for 10 that day.
I did miss Alconnect. I'm sad they went back.
I don't miss the Alconnect. I miss the people.
The people was dope. I've never met so many cool black people in my life working at Alconnect. I met all the black people working at Alcanet, because I come from a UK background, so it's like I hung out with all the white kids in college and stuff. So to come into like hanging out with like real black people, I'm like, this is awesome.
Like Crystal was mad cool. Tiger.
I love Tiger, yeah.
Jamisha.
I was going to say Jam, you know, she does taxes and stuff. Now she's down in Houston doing her thing.
My boy Ralph, who I do the Beat Beyond the Game with. Like, I met some really good people.
Yeah.
James, I don't know if you remember James Johnson.
I remember James Johnson. You know, he's with his, I guess, new wife in
E-Town.
He's on construction and stuff.
Yeah, so I met some really good people.
Tiger, she's at Kia in Nicholasville. Man, Neil. I said,
Neil,
that was my dog. Like, we got in so much trouble to be on 2 separate teams because we were so loud.
Yeah, I remember
that they had to move us because me and him would be just off the chain. But yeah, it was just so many cool people. I worked with Faith. I don't remember if you remember Faith.
I remember Faith, yeah, because I think she just had a baby not too long ago.
Yeah, Remy's 1.
Okay,
super
yeah,
cute.
Yeah, I remember Faith.
Super cute. She's so cute. Faith is fun though. I've like never worked like close to her, but when I worked for her at Keeneland this past year, that's my dog.
Faith
like I loved her. She's so chill and I don't know. She ain't taking her stuff. Like she's so blunt and witty, and I'm like, yes.
Stephanie's cool. Camille's cool. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I'm friends with her on Facebook. She does a lot of graphic design.
Yeah, graphic design work.
So,
yeah, I met a lot of good, cool people from that Alcanet.
Did you finish it out?
No, because I left before it folded because I went back to St. Joe right before it folded. So, no, I didn't finish it out. I was.
Did you get the check? I got the check.
I didn't get the check.
So they had like a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, somebody told me about it, but no, I never.
Did you fill it out?
Nope.
They sent me $200. They said like a few $100. Well, something.
Yeah, because they sent the mother of my.
So you worked during the pandemic.
Yeah.
You had to. That sucks.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
That's like you're essential.
With little bit of hazard pay, quote unquote, that they gave us.
They gave you a little bit of hazard pay.
Bonus pay, but I mean.
My cousin was a nurse and she said she made bank during the pandemic. Like she made over.
Depend on what you was doing. She's a nurse, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And she's a top dog nurse. Like she's not just a regular.
So I was working in shipping and receiving, so they only gave us bonuses, like and you had to do certain requirements, like you had to have worked a certain amount of hours during the pandemic to get the bonus, and then depending on how many hours you worked, depending on what your bonus was, like it was.
Well, thank you for being an essential worker, because I'm not gonna lie, I sat there the whole 2 years, baby, and I collected my money.
And I was up in that joint every day, 7 to 3:30, then 6 to 2:30.
Well, thank you for being an essential worker, because I don't think I could. I said, let it roll back another one, baby. I'm ready. Like, what do I need to do?
So yeah,
shut it down.
The whole pandemic up until now, it's working.
You just been working, thugging,
just thugging it out.
Could you ever see yourself quitting and going full time?
With this?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. The right opportunity? Hell yeah. Child support.
Okay.
That's what's stopping me. Yeah, because, you got to have something or else they're going to pull up on you. Like,
go to jail.
You feel me? But if they was to ever stop that part of it and let me just focus on this and let me give me a year. Give me a year to just focus on this. Yeah, I could quit.
Do you think you could work it out with your kids' mother to where you could be?
Nope.
They couldn't see your dream and longevity for this?
Nope. You know how I know? Because if that was the case, we would have already had that conversation.
Maybe you should talk to them about it.
They see what I do.
I know, but sometimes you got to have those conversations with people. Because, people it don't click up there sometimes.
But it don't click up there sometimes because they don't care.
Right.
Because it's not them. It doesn't benefit them.
But it will in the long run.
Exactly. But they don't see that part.
But sometimes you got to tell them.
They don't see that. They don't, again, when you have situations like that, they don't see the later. They just see the now.
Now, I get that. Being in the co-parent situation, I definitely get that. But I don't know, maybe with the new apologies and the new leaf that you were turning over, you never know. Like, are you going here? Are you getting gray on me?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm gray all through there.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got that charmingness.
I got that, that salt and pepper, distinguished.
Yeah. Okay. That's how you grown now. You grown. You got that little bit. They look at you all together different now. You see their hair like, okay. Like what?
Yeah.
Okay, you grown now.
Yeah.
I be up here talking about my little gray hair so scared, but you grown now.
I got salt and pepper all through that joint. I'm not gonna dye it either. I'm gonna keep it as is.
Keep it.
Yeah, I'm not with the dyeing of the hair. No, I like the salt and pepper. It's cool.
You look good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you the guy grown. That's Quentin. Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't grow up for real.
Life will do it to you one way or another. It's gonna make you grow up one way or another. You can either, resist it or roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it. So
That's all you gotta do is roll with it.
just roll with it. So
Man, this was so dope.
yeah, I had fun.
This is
I
like
had
amazing.
fun.
I need a copy of this because I look good, like sitting right here. Like y'all think I'm playing? I'm bringing the iPad. Next interview, iPad's coming.
iPad's coming.
This right here,
This right here. This shit
When
right
I
here.
edit, yeah, this shit right here, we look good.
This shit right here. Yeah.
We look good. So what's the name of the show that this is for? That you
I'm gonna post this on Conversations with Q.
Conversations
Yeah,
with you.
I'm gonna-
When does this air?
I don't know. I gotta, what's today? Tuesday.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have time to go home and edit it today,
Or tonight rather, because I got to be on the game on Wednesday. So I don't know. It might not be to this weekend.
Conversations with Q.
Yeah.
Watch that, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
literally gonna make a little snippet. He's gonna get me this video. 'Cause
I already know the snippets I'm getting ready to put out.
You already know which one.
I ain't telling you.
You ain't telling. Okay, tag me in.
I'm gonna tag you in.
Please tag.
I'm gonna tag you in it.
Because we had some crazy conversations.
I'm gonna
over
tag you
here.
in it, but yeah.
This is dope. I hope we can do this again or something.
All you
This
gotta
is
do-
like a good plot.
All you
Like,
gotta do is just reach out.
I did. You saw I hit you
That's
up.
what I'm saying. All you gotta do. Hey, Quinn, can you?
I wouldn't even friends with you no more on Facebook because you so mega on Facebook.
No, see what? No.
You got followers now. I was like, wait a
No.
minute.
What happened is, what's this? 2022, December 2022. I got hacked.
Really?
Yeah, my Facebook got hacked. And I tried to fight to get it back, but Facebook was like, nope. They was like, show 2 forms of ID and all this. I went through the whole process. It's like, nope, still not good enough. Deleted my account. So I had to make another Facebook account, and
But you got followers and like it's actually like a digital creator account now. I was like, wait a minute, did you get?
but I'm pissed because it's nowhere near where it was before I got fucking hacked. And the thing is, the person that had posted something that went against community standards, I'm like, damn, if I'm gonna get banned from Facebook, let me get banned. Let me get banned. Like, damn, they posted something and got, went against community standards, and there it was. Yeah. So I had to
Okay,
start
but you almost there though. You got like 22 points.
Okay, it's not good enough.
I know.
It's not good enough.
But trust me, I was like, wait a minute, we friends. I don't know how to follow. What, like, you know me. Like, wait a minute.
So that's where
It's gonna take me.
that came from. So it wasn't, I unfriended you or nothing like that. I just got hacked, and so
I just thought you blew up so big that like once you
not
hit
yet.
that certain point, you
Not
know how
yet.
you go from like friends to followers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he done got brand new guys
Nah,
followers now. I gotta
not
be
yet.
a follower with a
Not
check
yet.
mark.
Not yet. I ain't there yet. But yeah. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed myself. We're gonna have to do this again.
No, we definitely gotta do this. We're gonna have to chop it up. This was like fun. Like I could see us like chopping it up like on a regular basis, just about lifestyle.
Whenever you want me to come
We can
through.
talk about uncomfortable conversations. I thought about doing a little segment on that.
Whenever you want me to come through.
No, I'm quit playing with me.
All you gotta do is reach out. Make sure I gotta check, make sure I ain't got no kid responsibilities.
They can have a hangout here. I bring my kid up in here all the time.
Sit them around back. Let them
I'm
play
telling
in
you,
the
play
studio
everywhere.
back there.
Yeah, play in the studio up there, back there. Play on they can play on the drums, but
Nah, that's too loud. But yeah,
But yeah, anything else? We love kids around here. We always got the kids in here.
we love it.
But yeah,
But yeah,
this was fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did this. Y'all, this was Truth Podcast. With me and Quinn Shretha, Chantal, and Quinn Walker. If y'all want to see us some more, let us know what you think, because I think we turned out really good and we color coordinated. So
we did.
Like, how ironic
we
is
did.
that? Like, we had a little color coordination going on here.
We did.
So yeah, we'll catch you next time. Peace.